All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? My name is Denonu, and I'm here with my co-host,
Jolly. What's up, y'all?
and we got another death battle here that we're gonna react to, and this is Wally West versus Sonic, but not the regular version of Sonic. This is the Archie comics version of Sonic, so it's gonna be a little
Oh,
bit
what?
different. Yeah, apparently that's been a whole thing. I didn't even know about it, or didn't even know that it existed. But apparently, Sonic has this whole comic book line where he does all of this cosmic stuff that they're gonna jump into.
Really? Okay. I
Yeah.
thought the cosmic stuff was the OG Sonic because I remember they had two versions. The one where he's like short and small and
Mm-hmm.
kind of chubby, eats the chili dogs, and then they had a more serious version of Sonic
Mm-hmm.
where he had like the Chaos Emeralds and things like that. It was
Yeah.
like it was less cartoony.
Yeah. You're talking about Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic and the Freedom Fighters or something, but the mature version and
Yeah,
the kiddie version, basically what it is.
exactly.
But this is like it's its own thing with some of the characters. One of the characters I actually read up on and seen somebody do a YouTube video on it. The female character that was in the Freedom Fighter show, his girlfriend,
Mhm.
that's been like a huge thing with Sega. That's why she
You talking about
hasn't been. Yeah,
talking about the brown chick?
yeah, Fox Girl, the one with red hair. She's been a reoccurring
Oh yeah,
girlfriend for Sonic, but it's one of those things where it's like they don't put her in everything,
yeah.
and
I'm just wondering
it's
why.
it's a whole history behind that expands all the way back like 25, 30 years. It's weird to
Oh
where
jeez.
it's like we like her over here, but they don't like her over there, so it's weird. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Oh jeez.
But
Okay.
that don't got nothing to do with this video here. So let's hit the play button and see who's gonna win here.
Also, I'm sorry, but I like the brown chick way more than I like Amy with that hammer. Ugh,
Fuck
that
yes,
And
fuck
today
yes.
we're
I agree
putting
with you.
together two of the fastest characters out there.
With these two,
Truer words
speed
were never
is
spoken.
far more than simply moving fast. Wally West, the fastest Flash from DC Comics.
And Sonic from Archie Comics, the most supersonic Sonic of all the Sonics.
Powering
He's
off.
Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. The year was 1985, and the multiverse was in crisis. Infinite Earths were on the brink of total annihilation.
But one man
Yep,
could
got that
save
comic.
the
You want to
day
watch
by
Flash,
running
dog?
really,
Flash WB.
really,
My
really
goodness, it's
fast.
so damn good,
I
man.
told you that season one, man.
It's so
To save
good,
everything
man.
and everyone,
So much better than
Barry
Arrow.
Allen
So much
sacrificed
better.
his life.
Mm-hmm.
But the Flash wasn't all gone. Barry had a sidekick. You might say a protege.
Protege.
Wally West.
Protege.
Despite the impressive amount of coincidences Barry needed to gain his speed, many others have possessed the powers of the Scarlet Speedster. But for Wally, his own coincidence is unparalleled.
Let's see. President of the Flash fan club, nephew to Flash's girlfriend who introduced him, visited while Flash had a chemical lab set up exactly like it was when he got his powers. Then, just like Barry, Wally got struck by lightning that knocked him into the chemicals and boom, Flash
Bro.
powers.
Yeah.
I would say this kid was super lucky, but
Early comic books were
he did get
weird.
struck by lightning.
Cheesy
True
as hell.
reason? Because Speed Force, a dimension of infinite kinetic energy which all
Should have had
Flashes
the
draw their
aliens
power
guy
from.
because
And the
Speed
DC
Force.
writer's favorite scapegoat for retcons.
With his newfound ability, Wally joined Barry's crime-fighting heroics as Kid Flash. Strong of head and light of heart, he was more than a sidekick. He was a surrogate son.
Strong of
when
head.
Barry went
That's what you like to
poof,
hear,
that's
now.
when Wally stepped up to be the next Crimson Comet himself.
As the
No,
Flash,
what did they say in Justice League?
Wally
He was like, "I'm the
obviously
fastest man alive." He was like, "Oh, that would explain why you can't, you can't get a girlfriend." I was like, "Oh,
Running,
Love
this
that
guy
joke,
looks at
man.
reality and spits in its face before giving it a swirly.
Wally can manipulate each and every one of his molecules to, for instance, survive the inside of a black hole. Barry even once regenerated from a cloud of gas.
I bet he never has any trouble with NARBs.
Narbs?
No apparent reason, boners? They're devious.
What?
Always pumping up where you least expect them.
Wally can create tornadoes, toss lightning, and heal from deadly blows. These techniques are rooted
Okay.
in scientific theory and often require a mathematical mindset. For example, by vibrating his body at very precise frequencies, he can turn invisible, phase through objects, tear things apart while phasing
Stomp
through
air to
them,
fly.
and even enter fourth dimensional space.
So you're saying he'd never be able to do any of this if he was dumb?
Well, that's exactly what I decided to find out when I laced your beer with cosmic kinetic energy. It'll kick in later. With a touch, Wally can steal another speed and use it for himself. Specifically,
Okay, wait,
he
why
can
are they
take
talking
a
about Wally,
person's
though?
kinetic energy,
'Cause he's the
instantly stopping
fastest-
them in their
the
tracks
fastest
or
Flash
even
based on
freezing them for
feats.
centuries, even from those who are not linked to the Speed
That's why this
Force
is Wally
like
West and not
Superman.
Barry Allen
And his
versus
infinite mass
Oh,
punch can knock
okay.
you across the whole planet.
Applying the laws of relativity as Wally's fist approaches light.
Did you get to that episode in the show?
Which one?
The one, like the move that they're talking about. He does that in the show.
Oh, what? No, I didn't get there. Oh,
It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. It's like a cheaper way of doing it, but he does the move that they're talking about.
okay. It says, hold on,
mass
real quick.
technically grows to applying the laws of relativity as
So, super speed, super force aura, aerokinesis, enhanced perception, electrokinesis, healing, intangibility, invisibility, phasing, speed stealing, superhuman physique, time travel, martial arts is boxing, chi focus, judo, karate, and kung. What the fuck? I didn't know he does any. Wait. So here's where I'm getting confused because that's Barry Allen's uniform. So when Barry Allen died, Wally West took over, and that's his uniform now.
Yeah, Wally West was Kid Flash's sidekick at the time, so when he died, he took over the mantle as the Flash.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're not even showing a lot of his other stuff on here. Like the Flash also can. Let's say if you remember, prime example, Meteor Man. You remember where they could pick up a book and then learn it instantly? The Flash can do the same thing. So he can speed read, know everything in that book for like an hour or two before it goes away.
Okay, they showed that in the WB version, like when he just like, yeah, okay.
Wally's fist approaches light speed, its mass technically grows to an infinite degree, striking with kinetic energy equivalent to a white dwarf star, or about 2.6 octillion tons of force. In fact, increasing the vibrational speed even further could break the universe.
The biggest nuke ever tested was 50 megatons. One punch from Wally is like 40 million of those.
Even more wild, Wally can change his vibration frequencies to affect alien energies that do not exist in his own reality.
It's how he helped take out these aliens called quantum mechanics.
Beings far beyond any physical dimension and immune to ordinary physics.
So, like a prism, Wally changed Superman's heat vision into super space magic to blast them all.
All this is absolutely insane to contemplate, but it is important to remember that Wally is somehow still human.
And a huge dork, but a fun one, not like Wiz over here. I mean, he got married and has kids, so...
Boomstick, I'm married.
What?
To my work. And Wally's family became sort of a cosmic
To my
lightning
work.
rod rooting him to reality when he time travels. Right? Boomstick, he can time travel. Isn't that fascinating?
I feel like you're trying to...
Oh,
get
that was
me
so
to
hot in
run.
Injustice.
Speaking of which, that's how he time travels, by running.
Should Wally become unmoored, he can outrun the Speed Force itself, even running to the end of reality where the
Yep,
concept
outran
of
a black
death
racer.
no longer exists.
One time, he
Concept
beat
of
these
what no longer
gambler gods
exists?
in a race.
Death. That guy chasing him, he's
Yeah.
he's what they call the black racer. So for speedsters, that's the embodiment of death. So when Barry Allen, when he died, when he sacrificed himself, he didn't die. He just outran death for like 20 years until they brought him back.
Oh, word.
Yeah, that's what they're
He-
showing. That's
he
why he didn't
ran-
die.
Wait a minute. How did Barry Allen outrun death? He's not faster than Wally West.
It's close to it. Wally has
crap.
more super speed type feats where it's like, oh, you did this amazing thing, but Barry Allen is still, he's like number 2 when it comes to speed than how fast somebody is. So he outran death. Like when he died, they thought he was dead, and that's when Wally West took over. And then when they brought him back in Flash Rebirth, he was like, oh, where'd you go? He was like, man, I've been outrunning death for like the longest time.
So wait a minute. So Wally West can outrun the Speed Force itself.
Yes.
So basically, if the Speed Force was one infinite treadmill, he can outrun it
Yes.
to the point where nothing else exists.
Yeah, when the Flash is, you can't really, or in Wally West's case, you can't really calculate how fast he can run. It's more along, it's like Goku, where it's like, you know how Goku's the strongest he needs to be? That's how fast Wally is when he was the Flash. It's like he's just,
Damn.
you give him an impossible task, he can do it because of how fast he is. So if he needs to run faster than the Speed Force, then hey, it happens.
Okay. I missed so much shit. I didn't even read his comics. Holy crap, he is dope.
Yeah, the Flash is like one of those characters where it's like, oh, you have him fight Superman and everybody. I was like, okay, he should not be hit ever. It should not be a problem.
Yeah. I don't even want to see another meme about who's faster, Superman or this nigga. Like, they get the fuck out of here with that. What?
Death
What?
no longer exists.
One time, he beat these gambler gods in a race across the universe, and they could teleport.
He beat
To win,
instantaneous
Wally
movement.
achieved trans-time velocity in less than 1 unit of Planck time, which is so infinitesimal, it is the absolute edge of measurable time itself. He was so fast, reality does not have any means to calculate or even comprehend his speed.
That's f***ing crazy. But for some reason, Wally still felt unworthy of the Flash mantle. Come on, man. Look at everything you can do.
Until one day,
Right?
Barry returned.
Because Speed Force.
To determine the fastest Flash of all,
Because
Wally and Barry
reasons.
raced each other. This simple contest nearly tore apart the entire multiverse.
But our kid Flash finally let it all out and won.
Even with those unimaginable feats, Wally's greatest challenge was proving his worth to himself.
He's not just
Bruh.
another Flash. He's
How
the
they
fastest
race?
being in the
Ain't enough
multiverse.
track in the
Dude,
world.
As soon as you finish your drink, turn yourself in. Got me again, Flash.
I remember that.
Like, where's the end of it? Like, where's the finish line? You know what I mean? If they run in. If this the end of Speed Force, I mean, like Cat, you know, whoever, whatever.
Welcome to Mobius, homeworld.
Let's see what
Sonic
crazy
Maurice
stuff
Hedgehog,
Sonic can
leader
get
of a
into.
gorilla anthropomorphic
Sonic
freedom
dead,
fighting
bro.
group at war with the cybernetic
I don't
empire
know,
of
man.
Biorobotnik, aka
Probably got some weird comic
Dr.
shenanigans for
Eggman.
him too.
So, yeah, comic book Sonic is a little different.
I mean, he got that
from the
Goku
video
effect,
game.
so-
While leading his Care Bear Viet Cong in the fight against obesity and male pattern baldness, Sonic became a super skilled fighter. And he wasn't doing it for nothing. Robotnik had turned his entire family into robot slaves. What a dick.
Sonic is
Ah, that
fast as
cartoon was
always,
so
but in
good.
this timeline, fast
Yeah, it
takes on
was.
new meaning. He's quick enough to create tornadoes, cause after images, turn invisible, phase through objects, and boost past light speed in the blink of an eye. He can dodge lightning and even move in between the raindrops of a downpour.
Look at this. He grabbed water and threw it like a baseball in less than .0000. A lot of zeros in a millisecond. He can run around the entire cosmic interstate in less than a day, and that's a highway that cuts through the multiverse. How does he get that fast on an all chili dog diet? I mean, they give me the runs, but not that way.
I used to love chili dogs just because of that cartoon.
With his
Me
momentum
too.
alone, which
I used to get 'em all the time,
loaded,
7-Eleven.
somehow sending him 849,000 light years away. Sonic's speed is so impressive that he can even move through stop.
Like Mega Man?
Let me repeat that. Time was frozen and he could still move. There is
Ow.
no earthly method of measuring such impossibility. In the words of the comic itself, Sonic's speed is incalculable.
I know the Archie Sonic comics can get weird, like
See, like that's the girl from the show. That's why she has black hair.
You call it crazy, I call it chaos.
just like my conception. I'm told.
I remember that
I
movie.
mean chaos as in the
Coneheads.
chaos force, an extra-dimensional field of infinite and omnipotent energy. This chaos takes physical form on Mobius in the shape of magical power rings and perfectly hewn emeralds.
And Sonic loves collecting those rings. By the time he'd scooped up 1 billion of them, the gods were so impressed they put him in a book of world records and gave him a permanent force field that makes him way tougher than anybody else.
Along with shielding his spirit and mind. But that's not all. By gathering a large amount of chaos energy, he can transform into the almighty golden Super Sonic.
Almighty
Eat your heart
ripoff.
out, Akira Toriyama.
Supersonic possesses incredible power. He can use chaos energy for defensive barriers and beams capable of shattering moons.
Somehow, he's even faster than before, and he's totally invincible. Like when he fought the demigod and possible power drink, Enerjack. This guy could rip people apart molecule by molecule. But no dice with Supersonic.
Like the video game, Sonic's superforms have a time limit, and now this limit can even be cut short through overuse of power. However,
Yeah.
he battled Enerjack from day into night, so it must be able to naturally last much longer than the game, potentially over an hour.
But that's not even his final form. If he's got something as good
had
as
that
a
comic
Super Emerald
with the
around,
black dude.
he can go Ultra.
Ultra Sonic appears to possess all of Supersonic's abilities and then some. Specifically, he can tap into the raw magic of chaos.
Yeah, there's a bunch of wizards running around Archie's Sonic Land. Like this mammoth mogul guy. Turns out they're all using the same Chaos Force.
Ultrasonic can manipulate matter at an atomic level, changing its fundamental makeup.
Damn.
Turning air to water, moving rocks around, opening portals across space-time, that kind of stuff. But Wally's never changed
God
other
damn.
living beings
That's altering
before.
reality at that
Not
point.
totally out of the question, right,
Yeah.
Debbie?
You're correct, Boomstick. Although
That's
Ultrasonic
a-
is not as proficient, this ugly monster wizard uses the same chaos magic, and he changed a partial robot rabbit into a full regular rabbit. A sentence so absurd, it likely damaged my internal processor.
Don't worry, it was never great. I took it from
That's
him.
like having a Infinity
Ultrasonic has
Gauntlet.
altered his own body to better traverse difficult
Altering
terrain.
the
With all
the
this in
reality
mind,
around you.
He could theoretically be able to change the molecular makeup of others too. Just like this.
Ow.
But if changing molecules isn't crazy enough, we need to talk about something even crazier.
Chaos itself. Chaos magic is typically used for one of three things: increasing physical ability, providing lost knowledge, and granting wishes.
Like a freaking genie. Sonic's wish to reverse brainwashing, turn back time, revive the dead, and even
Fuck.
rewrote all reality in his whole multiverse with a Kamehameha Chaos Beam. Okay,
Yep.
if he can literally just wish his problems away, you'd think he'd have way less trouble dealing with a fat ginger named after breakfast food.
Honestly,
Wow.
he rarely did, but Sonic's a glutton for adventure and action. So over the years, he and the Good Doctor formed an unhealthy codependent relationship.
Just like us. Life's not the same without his oval-shaped enemy to beat up on. So they're
Yep.
back at it every chance they get. Come on, guys, just get a room already.
But after being defeated so many times, both Eggman and Mogul independently came to the same conclusion. By collecting so many rings and emeralds over the years, Sonic has become a literal embodiment of chaos itself. As in, he's a variable that cannot be accounted for, a wrench in the cogs of reality. Without him even realizing it, fate bends to him.
You know you're a badass when the most powerful chaos wizard out there decides the only way to beat you is to just wait until you die of old age.
It's ridiculous, it's absurd, it's unexplainable.
It's Sonic the freaking
Oh,
Hedgehog.
did you see
Ooh,
it?
I like the name, but I got a juice.
Like, why would they put that? Why would they put that picture in there?
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the
Got
table
got
through all
got the sexy
possibilities.
chick all dripping and such. Like, why would you put her in it?
Reason.
That's as fast as these guys.
Okay,
This episode is
my predictions.
Mm-hmm.
Sonic is gonna win.
Okay.
So the reason why I say that is because even though Barry Allen is fast and he's faster than the Speed Force, that Speed Force is still a dimension in his universe,
Yep.
like in his reality that he can see. The chaos, if Sonic can go to the chaos power, the first chaos power, he's already invincible. So he'll be invincible for a day, and that's if they pull some bullshit where Barry Allen has fought for a day or longer.
Mhm.
That's the only way he'll be able to keep up with Sonic's stamina at that point. To make sure that Sonic's chaos energy wears out, so that way he can punch him with that giant megaton punch that he has.
Mhm.
And that's if he can hit him. If he does the version where he goes atomic, whatever it was before, I forgot the name of it, he can literally bend reality and change fate and go through time and space and warp all that stuff and essentially change molecules. If he just sees the Flash, if he has that power, he can grant himself a wish, and he can wish that he slows down or stops or even dies. He can wish any of that. So if he's literally brought back people from the dead or changed
Yeah,
reality,
it's whatever you
he can
want
do
at
the
that point.
exact same thing. Yeah. So even if he were to get close enough to punch him, and that's pretty much all that Wally West has is that punch or being able to phase through him. All Sonic has to do is just get the power.
Yeah.
And like, oh, I wish you did. Like, if Flash wins, I'd be surprised. I'll say that.
All right. Let's find out.
I'm the fastest man alive. Oh yeah, cherry flavored chump? I'm the fastest thing alive.
Okay.
Oh, they're racing.
Yeah.
Wanna bite? What's the matter? You too slow?
Oh,
Don't mess with the hog's dogs!
ooh! I like the animation change. Yep, there it is. Oh, that's the other thing though. If he tries to punch him like that, using that Megaton punch, if they move at the same speed, then it wouldn't have the same force.
Flash
Yep.
fact, I'm out of your league. Whoa. Thanks for the speed.
Ah, he can take speed. I forgot.
Super Emerald?
Yep,
I'll show
there it
you.
is.
Surprise!
Almost sounded like a
Cyborg.
machine. Yeah, cyborg. Yeah. Booyah!
Knock him to the levels where you had to get the diamonds,
blue balls, yeah.
get the chaos emeralds.
See, that's the energy right there.
Yeah, the atomic, whatever.
Sonic can do that too, though. Oof.
I mean, he's invulnerable, so.
But I'm invincible when I'm like this. You've mastered speed, but I've mastered fate, and I wish you gone forever.
Oh, if he hits him with it,
Control!
it doesn't matter.
Die! Iris, help me now!
Excuse me?
Huh?
Did he just go back in time before he even? Yup. Before he even got the emerald, he just went back in time.
KO! So that happened.
Yeah, what happened
Explain.
exactly?
Well, this matchup was incredibly complex. Given their speeds were impossible to calculate, speed alone was, ironically, somewhat of a non-factor in comparison.
Yeah.
Sonic in his base form didn't really stand a chance against Wally. Sure, he
Yeah.
did seem to survive being launched 849,000 light years into an alien planet by a black hole imploding. However, considering he's been knocked out by far less, black holes are already imploding stars, and it seems some snow also inexplicably survived the trip. It's probably more likely the black hole acted as a sort of wormhole in its last moments and sent Sonic directly there. But if
Oh,
we
come on,
assume
dude.
Sonic was indeed blasted through space, a black hole's last moment usually results in an abrupt detonation equivalent to 5 trillion tons of TNT. Impressive, but the infinite mass punch could still deliver over 2 quadrillion times more power.
But Sonic's super forms were a different story. They had answers to almost all of Wally's skills. His chaos energy could replenish stolen speed, he was invincible, and he had friggin' wish powers.
Personally, I was expecting the opposite result. Against almost anybody else, Archie's version of Sonic is practically unbeatable. But across a greater percentage of possible scenarios, Wally just happens to be the
Pause it.
exception.
He had
Sonic's attack on the roboticized Flicky took 100 autoseconds. Barry Allen claims he can perceive events that occur in less than a single autosecond, and Wally is proven to be faster. The Flashes have many more impressive feats of processing complex information instantly, such as learning construction and assembling a building in mere seconds.
Yeah, that's why they should never be hit whenever you read a comic book. They mention it. They mention that a few times in the comic books, where it's like the Flashes when they move, and they basically have super thinking. It's not just speed physically, but they think that fast too. So they think as fast as they move.
So if he can do it under 1 attosecond, why are they getting punched in their own comics?
I've been asking that question for years.
Bullshit. See what I'm saying? Like,
bullshit.
all right.
Yeah.
Every counter he needed to. The speed steal wouldn't stop Supersonic, but Wally still got that stolen speed for himself.
Super and ultrasonic were essentially batteries of unlimited kinetic energy Wally could pull from. Even with their speeds being incalculable, this meant Wally could ensure
he's always
going to
be faster.
Yeah. Plus, Wally performed a lot more of those incalculable speed feats than Sonic ever did, so he technically held an experience advantage in that field.
Chaos Wish Power would be an insta-win against basically anybody, but
yes.
Chaos Magic uses physical energy. And guess what? Wally could phase through reality warping energy.
And jump through time or vibrate to a higher spatial dimension to avoid Sonic altogether. Even though he had no way to take down Sonic's super forms, Wally has proven capable of effortlessly moving and vibrating at top speeds for days on end.
So
there it is. Thank you. That's what I want to hear.
Out the super forms and strike at the first good opportunity.
That's what I wanted to hear.
When it came to Ultrasonic's ability to alter atomic structures, Wally possessed perfect control over his own individual molecules.
But hey, Sonic's the embodiment of chaos. Fate automatically bends to him or whatever.
Except Wally has broken fate a few times himself. The best example being when he ran to the end of reality and forced the concept of death itself to die.
Because Speed Force.
Simply put, Sonic's hypothesized nature as an anomaly in reality just wasn't enough protection against someone who could also break the rules of reality.
And remember, when Wally raced Barry, their speed almost tore apart the multiverse.
Both these characters understandably seem overpowered to an extreme fault. But it's important to remember that in their respective worlds, the story comes first. Sonic was impressive, improbable, inexplainable, but Wally had the power, the counters, and the speed he needed to pull ahead in this absolutely mind-bending battle. Oh, the drink is kicking in.
Whiz! I ran to Jupiter! I'm a god! A speed god!
Incredible. Tell me, what cosmic insight have you learned?
Just one thing. Well, Sonic didn't know it. The writing was on the wall, E.
The winner is the Flash.
Thanks for watching this episode of Death Battle.
All right, so again, like I said, as long as he can outlast Sonic, he would win.
Yeah.
And they explained that he could outlast him. That's the only thing I needed to hear to say, okay, that's legit. Anything else would have been bullshit. Because I don't care how many times he would take Speed Force, speed from Sonic to use it as his own, he still wouldn't be able to kill him unless he was able to get through his invulnerability. So he did that by outlasting him. That's how he wins. Okay. That's fine. Okay, great.
All right, YouTube. Well, I guess that's that. Jolly is impressed. And in the next one here, we're going to be doing, what was it? Static versus Miles Morales?
Yeah, boy.
All right, YouTube. We will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.